Let's fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. Let's fucking go. We whoop a bookie's ass. Ah, this is just kidding. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. 24/7 researching, it's all a fantasy. But if I make the right pays, it pays automatically. Bankroll showing that I know it don't strategy. On a winning streak, I'm stacking a dose and the bookies all get mad at me. Confident with how it plays, not clicking on a flex today. All I see is green and we all about to get paid. Arrogant shots on the stream, they be killing it. Never gonna stop it, I like if you feeling it. Picking the players, they all never touch. You can't make up your mind and just go with your gut. Looked around, we found a glitch. No toast allowed, just post a list. Sophia's fine, sat to his stick, and Caitlin Clark just doesn't miss. Win, lose, or draw, we never quit. When we shoot the ball, it's another switch. Submit the link, it'll make you rich, and we going big. Don't be a bitch. Let's fucking go. We about to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. Let's fucking go. We whoop a bookie's ass. Ah, this is just kidding. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. We about to go big. We about to go big.
Just cash.
About to go big. Kill him with the prize pig. About to go big. Kill him with the prize pigs.
Yo, what's going on, fam?
Big E, what's up, dude?
What's going on, everyone? We are back, coming at you with our Thursday edition of Just Cash. What? Joined as always by Underrated. What's good, man?
Oh, man, got some sleep finally last night, even though I stayed up till 4 in the morning. Somehow I got some sleep. I don't know how it happened, but yesterday I was dead tired. Today I'm alive. And stacking money, man. I can't feel bad, man. I want to stack money. Just chill in the house, find some plays, do some live streams, and stack money. Chill with the dog, chill with the fam. Can't be mad.
Yes, sir. Yeah, we actually got a little bit of rain today, so it's been slightly gloomy out, but nice and cool temperatures, so I cannot complain about that. But we have a nice little 2-game slate for us today, and then tomorrow getting ready for a sweet 4-gamer. Looks like a pretty good slate. I think we were still planning on doing a late stream tonight, yeah?
I'm down. C-Dot says shake them bangs, E.
Yeah, I just had to put the bangs into place for a second. I had some crazy hair going on for a minute there.
What you smoking on?
Free youngin'?
What you smoking on? And free youngin' for sure.
I picked up the bad habit again. I stopped vaping for like 2 weeks, and then I been stressed a little bit about this move, but I got some amazing news I can share with you guys today. Super excited. I'm getting moved to North Carolina, the land of the books. Oh my God, I miss them so much from Colorado. Yes, just got the news today, getting our lease, getting everything situated. So I'm so unbelievably happy.
Congratulations, sir. That is amazing. Now you get to play on Bet365. You get to play on DraftKings, FanDuel, ESPN Bet, all that fun stuff. You get to take their money and laugh at them. I can't wait to watch.
Yes, sir, man. I'm so excited. And so, yeah, doing that behind the scenes just to share a little bit with you guys. We'll definitely make an announcement for that because I will, unfortunately, probably have to miss a day or two of streaming. But that'll be next week, or actually in 2 weeks from now, about a week and a half. But that's neither here nor there. We're here to talk about some WNBA. We got what I'm hoping is going to be a phenomenal rematch between Indiana at Atlanta this time. And then our 2 teams, ironically, who've only played 1 game so far this season, which is kind of funny considering we have multiple teams with 3 games already under the belt. But I digress. Underrated, we're digressing.
C-Dot says, moving's the most frustrating situation you can deal with in life, E. Congratulations. And before you move on, I gotta say this too, because we love him. You know him as Big Chosen. Bingo! Thank you. Nice doing business with ya.
What up,
all right.
Big Cam Thomas?
Yes.
What's up, man? What's up, fam? Yeah, maybe we'll get Youngin on the stream, but I will shout out Big Youngin. I think we had a little back and forth. I can admit whenever it happens.
What happened?
Last night,
I missed it.
Last night, New York Knicks took a page out of OKC game 1 and just absolutely punted the shit out of that end of game there. I mean, bro, they had the game locked up in the bag in unbelievable fashion, just threw that game away.
Damn.
What I will say,
yeah.
I mean, hey, credit where credit's due. Big Knee Smith, guy came in the clutch, just absolutely turned it around. And then the daggers from Halliburton. I mean, hey, I've always been a big fan of him individually. I didn't think he was really, quite to that level yet. But hey, putting my foot in my mouth. I mean, God, he's so fun to watch, man. Unbelievable shooting.
Yeah, and guess what? You're still moving. So fuck what happened yesterday. Kevin Main says congrats, and E2 says I'm moving from Cali to Nashville in a month and a half, and I feel you, E.
Let's go.
Yeah, positive shit everywhere, E. Everywhere we turn. Everywhere we turn.
You definitely understand the pain of that, which I greatly appreciate. And this will be my second time moving in this year, so yeah, it's gonna be fun to say the least. But we'll get her done, and at least I'm going to be set up for the next year, and I'm actually super excited. It's in a new little community. They just built the house a year ago, and it was bought by the owner last month, put on the market on the 2nd. And so if you look it up on Google Maps, which unfortunately can't tell you guys there, but you look it up on Google Maps and it's not even like actually built. Like the whole thing is still a construction site and like dirt roads and stuff. And now it's like a whole, little slight bougie community. I'm like, okay.
Hey, E, when I go visit my fam out there in North Carolina, I'm going to see how far away you are, man. I might have to come out there and buy you a drink or two, and we'll meet up with Ian and Wet. What? North Carolina fun? What?
Yeah. Well, I'll say this. I'm going to be about an hour roughly outside of Charlotte. So close to a lot of stuff, man. I'm super excited. Beautiful area. Just unbelievably beautiful.
Want me to tell you another good thing? We're at 17 likes already.
Already? Dang, you guys are amazing.
Yeah.
Let's go. And we didn't even do the intro. Just hop right on into it. If you guys do us a huge favor, make sure and hit that like button. As always, greatly appreciated. Really helps us grow the channel. And yeah, I mean, hey, ever since we got back, the channel's really been picking up steam again. So big shout out to you guys. Y'all are the real ones. And then if you haven't checked out already, we are still going to make the move at the end of the week, but make sure you're in the Discord. Links down below. We're still running the trials and that current price. But again, it's going to change at the end of the week. So make sure you guys are, getting in there.
It's a big deal, too. It's $19.95 right now if you get in, and you can get $19.95 for the rest of your life. Or it's $29.95 starting next week. So big deal. $10 a month. Ooh, that goes a long way. When we're at 20 likes.
Hell yeah. Cam, yeah, I'm moving. It's like an hour outside of Charlotte up north. I don't remember the town off the top of my head though. I'll let you know. I'm getting the lease and stuff signed today, so I will know for sure. We had a realtor, thank God. He came in the clutch for us with that. But I was in love with the pictures. Community looked great, so I'm not gonna complain.
C-Dot says we love it here. Does that mean he's in North Carolina too? What?
Maybe. I don't know if he's talking there in spirit or in the Discord, but hey, shout out to Big C-Dot, man. He's been crushing it in the Discord lately.
Hell yeah. Puts together those beautiful receipts with all that green. He's looking like one of those scammers that just come into the spot and be like, you can follow my plays. Write me right now. DM me for my plays. But they're really like real plays that he hit. It's amazing. Love it. Oh, you want to get into some props, or are we just going to keep talking shit?
Yeah, I'm done talking shit for now. Let's talk about some plays here. We got a lot of bumps from last night secured. So again, shout out to the Discord. If you guys are in there, you locked in that early value. Let's talk about the first one. Big fan favorite again today, Briana Jones. I had pretty sneaking suspicion this was going to bump up, and she did move up to 25.5. Might even move up to 26 flat before locks. But yeah, man, played really, really well this last game. I know we were definitely hating on her and Griner, and they showed us that, well, fuck you. Hold on, I'm trying to switch the screen over here.
Yeah, they were like, fuck you guys. Watch this. And you look, you can't beat him, join him. Look at you. Can't beat him, join him, guy over here.
Yeah. Real fast, the lighting good right here? I moved the screen over.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about Briana Jones real fast. She was a pleasant surprise, well, an unfortunate surprise, but now she solidified herself, I think, very well as far as the center role. And the pick and roll game on this team is just unbelievable. I was pretty excited about Atlanta to begin with going into the season, and them beating Indiana was definitely not, especially in Indiana for the first time, was not something I expected. And, I think Coach White could have made better adjustments as far as different defensive assignments, but that's really neither here nor there. The two biggest things, though, is they're running the pick and roll game, like I said, a lot. And then between Briana Jones and Griner down low, both of them individually are just such a presence. I mean, you cannot afford to double team at all. I mean, basically the entire game, if there was any kind of help coverage, it was a little too late. And Briana Jones, surprisingly really kind of had her way with Boston. And one thing that I liked was whenever they are running the pick and roll, we saw Briana Jones really just eat into the small forwards, and Caitlin Clark specifically. They were targeting her. They were trying to get her down in the paint with the switch, and it worked. I mean, she scored virtually every single time that she got that matchup. So it's something they really struggled with, and I just don't think they can afford to really make many adjustments, because both Griner and Briana Jones, just had a phenomenal game, both scoring and on the boards. And, for this kind of pace and environment, it still looks really well. So I don't mind it. The shot volume's still been there. She's been averaging with her free throw attempts so far in the two games about 15 to 16 shot attempts per game. She still hasn't hit that first three, so it is coming. Mark my words, she's going to hit that first three sometime soon. But the biggest thing is they leave her, like I said, down low in the isolation a lot of the times if they're not running the pick and roll game. And Griner actually is a three-point threat, so it's somebody who they have to leave. Howard was hip to hit with her the whole time she was on the floor, so there's not going to be any kind of help defense coming. And with that being said, the isolation matchup and her being able to pick apart the smaller, small forwards and guards on the court was really a problem. And another thing too that kind of helped me with the RA side of things is she's actually been in the event that Canada had left the first game with the injury. She's actually stepped in as kind of the third playmaker on the team. So we saw in both the games so far, she's had multiple assists, which I think looks really well. And a lot of them were coming to Griner or kicking it out for threes. So a little bit more variance to the three-point shooting, but the passes over to Griner were, extremely high conversion rates. So I like that. I still think it looks really well. We did lock in with just Caitlin, her 7.5 assists as a safer play. Kind of thinking this is more of a straight bet. It's good for a 2x here, but I still like our odds. I knew the line was going to move, so I'm not mad at it.
Love it, man. Big Caitlin has just been a beast, and I can't wait to see them. This is gonna be a great game. I can't wait. I think they're gonna take Atlanta behind the woodshed, but I could be wrong.
Oh yeah, hey, it could definitely happen, but I don't know, man. I had Atlanta pegged for a pretty good team, and man, that game looked pretty nice.
Yeah, no, they did. They looked right. They looked how you thought. It was just that first game. They were just, I don't know, maybe it's just the first game together. They were just off. They put it together in that second game, though. So we'll see.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. Two good teams. Can't hate on either of them. People talking about Briana Jones like she's just the new Jordan or something. But she has been balling. Dirty Reg 22, we got to give him credit. I always love to give credit when people have some plays. He was on Briana Jones last game, giving him that credit for sure.
That you did.
K Frosh says Briana Jones double was plus 300 or so earlier, even though she has done this all game this season. I don't know. You need 10 rebounds. She gets 10. Is she going to get you 10 rebounds? Big Briana.
Yeah. She's been doing it. I think it's definitely something that's still in her wheelhouse. And I was so mad last night. I was trying to type it up, but they had her rebounds open at 6.5, and I was literally typing it up, and then they bumped it and pulled it up to 7.5. But yeah, I mean, a double-double in both of these games so far. Now, albeit Washington is pretty bad despite whatever happened in that game. So, for that, I expect a lot of rebounding. But Indiana was really, really a surprise for me. Like I said, they were really stout at defensive rebounds and stuff like that, or defending against the rebounds last year and limiting that. But the hustle and bustle, man, she looks physically way better in shape this season, which is also something that I was really excited about.
Yeah, that's huge. I noticed that too. Ayo's here.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, man?
We're all D-Gens united as one, just in case you forgot.
Indeed we are. But yeah, man. So that was a huge thing for me that I actually was, really excited to see for the team, and also Griner as well. For her, she put on a lot of, it looks like, muscle on the off season. Looks like she's been really sticking with the routine, playing with the team, with the off season and stuff like that. So between the two of these, bigs, they're going to ask a lot out of them this year for Atlanta, and I think they're up for the challenge. And for Briana, this is a whole new world for her. We've never seen her as, a pseudo star. She's basically been living in the shell of, we got Jonquel, AT for basically the entirety of everything. So now it's her breakout year. And even though she's been in the league for a little bit, she's still 29 years old. So there's plenty of room for her, to continue improving. I like the shot volume. I like the hustle, multiple assists each game, like I mentioned. Yeah, sign me up.
Nice. All right, let's do it, Briana. 3 in a row. Let's see if you got it.
Okay, so let's move on. We'll talk about the next two plays that bumped. I had a pretty good feeling that Griner was going to bump, and wanted to split up our exposure here to both of the bigs. There's still, a really large chance in this world that we could get both of them clear again. But this is the home opener for Atlanta too. So I think they really hype up some of the vetted players here, really make them feel at home. I know Griner had a lot of fans that were super excited in Atlanta to see her. Again, just her chemistry and mental game looks a lot better this year than it did last year. And if you look at her in all seasons past, she's had a really strong performance in the home openers, and specifically the beginning of the year before, any of this fatigue and yada yada catches up to her. The first month of the season, she always comes out with a bang. So I love what I'm seeing here. The rebounding, I still don't fully trust. She only had like a 25 or 26% rebound rating that last game. She got us by 1, and then of course fouled out of the game, which was some BS. But all that aside, the shot volume still looked really well. I'll say the one thing that I would like to see maybe solidify is just the minutes to continue coming up. She played 28 minutes in that first game, but 31 minutes this last game. And even though she did foul out, I think this was probably closer to her actually playing about 34 minutes. So that 33, 34 minute range would be phenomenal. But I like this, same reasons we like Briana Jones, basically looking at 15, 16 field goal attempts a game. Her isolation game has been really, really well so far. And that little step back mid-range that she has is just actually unguardable. So if it's falling, she's going to smoke Howard again in that mid-range. And on the off chance they still continue to run the pick and roll, the biggest thing that I liked for this is they staggered the minutes between her and Bree. And then in the second rotation, when Bree goes to the bench and Griner comes back out on the floor, she's always playing against the second unit of whatever opposing team. And they did that in the first game, and she absolutely cooked Dantas and the other power forward that they have. I forget who the backup is, but Sophie may be back today. We'll keep an eye out for that. But yeah, man, I like both of these players. Home opener, looking for another track meet. Indiana's number 2 pace, Atlanta number 7. So everything's kind of lining up for this to be another happening game. And
like
then
it,
Boston, we'll wrap up here with Boston and then hop into a couple questions and stuff. I think we had 2 more little slips, little plays we'll talk about, and then we'll just leave the floor open, I think, for questions after that.
Okay.
So Boston, another player that pretty good chance was going to bump overnight. She opened at 23.5. She's up to 24.5 now, unless she bumped again. Yeah, 24.5. The points went up. She was 14.5, so she's 15.5 now. I still think the rebounds are for her pretty legit still get 10 rebounds. I mean, she's done it, I think, the last 5 games straight against Atlanta. She ended with 10 this last time, so no big surprise there. But one thing that I've noticed for her is, she really had a nice glow up on the offseason, man. She put on a lot of work. She toned up a lot. The biggest thing that was kind of, slowing her down, so to say, last year was just down the stretch in the late parts of the game. She would get really fatigued, and, some of that would end up being sloppy fouls, sluggish play on defense and transition. But she shed a little bit of weight, and she put on a lot of muscle. So another player who just, I think, is going to have a phenomenal future ahead of her, and her ability to box out, ball IQ has been something really special. She had a couple of sloppy instances where Briana, kind of pushed her out of the way, and she didn't really set herself up. But in the second half of the game specifically, phenomenal. Everything we were looking for there. I like the scoring upside. I think it is still pretty reasonable. I know a lot of folks were on her points specifically, but be a little bit cautious with that. I think we do want to carry the weight with the rebounding behind that. She only had 13 and 12 field goal attempts, so the free throws, I think, could have a little bit of wiggle room here, but still looking around, the 13, 14 field goal attempt range, I think is totally fine. But yeah, man, sign me up for this. We've seen the pick and roll games really nasty with her and Clark, and as long as we're getting a couple of these offensive putbacks, I mean, she had 3 offensive rebounds, 4 offensive rebounds, usually leading to points or free throw attempts. So as long as that continues, I love the minutes. I mean, 37 minutes, damn, sign me up for that.
Yeah, I'm loving Boston this year too. I love Indy. I love you. You already know I love Caitlin, and Boston. Like you said, she looks way more in shape. She looks like they're serious, just like Briana Jones, man. I think just because WNBA is so big, I think all of them got a fire lit under them. Everyone's just coming out trying to be that next player, get more money, and it's fucking exciting, to be real. It's fun. It's like a whole new league, man.
And yeah, and to that
too.
thought,
Mm-hmm.
well, think about too how just this year. So I'm thinking of next year. Okay, so we have 2 expansion teams coming next year. Think about the amount of just raw hunger for some of these players to either get out of their team, get out of their contracts, whatever the case is, or actually get an opportunity to be a star, or air quote this, but a star on a brand new team. I think that is just such an insane incentive right now that this year alone. And we saw it on the offseason for a lot of these players that we're talking about. But this year alone, I think we're going to see a lot of players put in that hard work, really dig in, try and make themselves, either trade worthy, contract extension, whatever the case is. But adding 2 new teams next year, bro, we thought this year was going to be a brand new ball game. Next year is going to be something we've never experienced. So I'm super excited.
You hear that, Angel? Start putting in your work, Angel. Come on, you can do it. It's right there for you. You're looking good. Start shooting better. Love ya. Don't get mad at me, everyone. Okay. Sorry and shit. Should we shout out some peoples? Or are you good with the plays, or you want to get into some questions? We're at 26 likes already. Dang, guys.
Hey, y'all the real ones. Yeah, well, let's hop into questions here in just a second. Just a last little bit of news for Griner to just kind of recap or put a cap on. She is so far only starting this season, and I say only, but she's only shooting 51% so far this year. If you actually look at her historic shooting levels, it's quite a downturn. I mean, last year she was shooting almost 58% from the field, and the year before that, 56, 57. So I think we actually haven't seen real Griner yet. I think there is still some meat on the bone here. And I mean, personally, I had her season long points, I believe, at 16 and a half. And anytime they're going to give us a line at 16 and a half, I think we have to strongly consider playing that.
Word up.
All right. Let's hop into some questions, and then we'll talk about these last 2 plays, and then I think get out of here.
Sounds good, man. So what I'm going to do, I think, is it'll probably be easier too. And man, 3 likes just hit at the same time. You guys are the shit. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll through, say what's up to everyone, and then I'll go back to the questions so we can do all the questions at the end, because sometimes we get stuck. I think that's going to be the best way. So, of course, we have Big Youngin here, right? Big Youngin. Big
Youngin.
fucking Youngin. He's going to be the one coming in, starting off the prop battle, and I cannot wait. It's going to be whoever wants to battle Youngin. I cannot wait. He has a couple questions. We're going to get back to them in a second. Big Sean the Don Drake is here. Sean, get up in that Discord, Big Sean. And I must shout out Kev. Big Kev was actually first last night. For some reason, they took his comment off overnight. It's weird how that works. Anyways, Big Nathan says good calls yesterday. Big Nathan. What's up, bro?
Appreciate that.
Yeah, hell yeah. And then we got, of course, the man E2. E2, always up in the Discord, late night, winning. We all winning together. We love Big E2. We got C Dot. C Dot. He says, free Youngin and shake them bangs. Free Youngin is right, man. And then we got you guys talking about moving. That's what's up. What did he say here? Oh, he said he was talking about the Discord. He lives in Cali with me. Haha, my bad. They're not in North Carolina. West Coast, the best coast. Sincerely Beast says thoughts on CC fantasy score. We'll get back to that. Dirty Reg says Bree. Boom, 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 boom. K Frosh, what's up? Ayo, what's up? CJ 2 Trill is here again. What's up, man? Darius is here. He said, I missed y'all. I'm back locked in. Let's go, Darius.
Yo.
Robert Smith says, what's up, fellas? What's up, Rob? And CJ 2 Trill says, did you guys see any underdog discounts? You can start with that if you want, and then I'll go back.
I think they had like a unlock boosting of 50% or something for the NBA stuff or some promo like that. I had some random promo like that earlier. I used it with Underrated's MPB play, and I think I put Angel Reese's double-double.
Yep.
Yeah, they had Angel Reese's double-double, and then I took Brittney Griner at 14.5.
Yeah, they also have the 50% boost thingy, or that's what you're talking about. But they also have the discounts. I saw some people have. It's random how they do it now. They just decide who they're giving discounts to.
Yeah, man, it's basically different for everyone. Yeah, Coach had a different one than both of us. You didn't even get one, did you?
I didn't get any discounts. No, I only got the boosts. It's weird. It's weird how they do it, but it's, you know what's also weird? The last 2 days my boosts for $5 maxes, and I thought they fucked my account, and then today it was 200 max. Okay, sure, whatever. That made me happy. Robert Smith says, much love, boys from NC. He's from NC too.
Yeah. Yo, what's up, man? Hell yeah, moving closer to more family.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get to some questions here. Youngin says, Jonquel Jones over PR. She has been on fire. And what's cool is, as she won the MVP last year of the finals, that's pretty amazing. And she's back, and she's playing minutes. What do you think about her PR?
Yeah, so I will say, just as a caution across all the full game props for this, there's definitely a real chance of a blowout situation. But if we're looking at so far in the one game, I mean, it is a one game sample size, but right now, both of these teams, New York and Chicago, giving up a ton of rebounds per game. They're actually first and second each game. Chicago leading the way, but also Chicago is leading in points in the paint allowed, just behind Vegas currently. Granted, yes, it's still just a one game sample size, but I think it fits the bill, man. Honestly, I was looking at both her and Big Stu tonight, but my only big drawback would be in the event that it blows out, more than likely they're going to sit players. I don't mind it though. I mean, everything on paper says it looks pretty good. I don't like that there's a good chance they're actually going to bump it down. He didn't tell us a line, so no. I'm going to assume if you got the 23.5, I like it. The 24.5, I think you could probably pause on that for a minute, and it might actually bump back down. But did Hot Streak ever add? Hot Streak is holding out on some plays today. A little mad at them. Let's see. Did she get added? Okay, yes. So she did. The PR, I think, if you can come over here. Yeah, I saw this one earlier. Looked way better. Yeah,
that's not bad.
Either one of these on Hot Streak, the 21.5 or the 22.5. I think the 22.5 specifically looked best, but I don't mind it, man. Yeah, I don't mind it at all. The minutes look pretty solid for her. I would love to see her shoot the ball a little bit more. I mean, 12 field goal attempts is still pretty average for her, maybe a little bit above average. But there's a couple of things to kind of consider here. I think the two biggest things is Sabrina shot like complete shit last game. She went 3 of 12 and 0 of 5 from the arc. And even though it was kind of it was pretty competitive for the most part. She only did play 30 minutes, so that's a bit of a snooze. I'd love to see her play closer to the 33, 34 range, but we'll see. It's still early in the season. I don't mind it though. The rebounding, I think, is going to be phenomenal upside for her today, and I don't mind it. Just price shop accordingly,
Okay. Howard over 17.5 points. I guess it's Ryan Howard.
Yeah. So Howard, I still don't mind here. I get a little bit biased with her because she always burns us after coming off of a good game. She usually follows it up with a total dud. The historic looks for her, she has been actually worse at home and a bit better. At least last year, that's how she played for the most part. Slight downtick from home. It's really just a 3-point shooting with her, and I think that's kind of the problem for me. Look at the first 2 games. The shot volume looks pretty juicy. Don't get me wrong, but 12 3 attempts and 13 3-point attempts, and see she had 5 field goals made. 4 of those were 3. Ugh. And then same thing here, 3 threes made, only 4 made overall. Last game, if she didn't get bailed out with the free throw attempts here, she would have ended right at 16 points again, and I would have been hella mad. So we did get really bailed out there. I think there is, yes, a lot of positive regression that can happen for her, but you also got to think about this team is loaded to the brim. Besides Powwow, there's 4 very high usage players on the team, so some of that could get lost in the sauce. Alicia Gray too, another person who has picked up a lot of usage, but still that shot volume can waver just a little bit here. I don't mind it. You're kind of really just living and dying by 3, and hopefully she gets hot from the field and not passive like this, where she just starts handing the ball off more.
Pass.
Historically, she has cooked Indiana. She smoked them all last year, so I get it. I'll have some exposure to at least her alt line over here. The 15.5, I can live with this. The 17.5, I don't know if I can do that. Maybe even the 16.5, but I'm probably going to stick with the 15.5 if I play it.
Okay. Sean the Don says Kelsey Plum is Bay, and that is all. That's what he says. Okay. There you go. Thanks, Sean. If you like the Joker, that's on you, bro. It's cool. Let's see. What do we have next here? Well, this is the thing. I should have had the next one ready, guys. Okay, here we go. Thoughts on Caitlin Clark's fantasy score?
Yeah, Caitlin's kind of interesting here. The way that in the preseason and in the first game this season they played, same thing for Clark. She shot 50% from 3 in both of the games to start the season. So I would say there's definitely going to be some negative regression coming. Yes, she is a 3-point sniper, and I get it, but she really shined in the second half. So I don't mind it. The only thing that's kind of problematic is Ryan Howard exclusively covered her basically the entire game. And Howard's a really, really good defender for the most part. So I think the RA is still going to be very much so there. The scoring, maybe. I think we're sitting around closer to like 18 to 20 point range tonight. Caitlin Clark also last year, a lot of road struggles. For the most part, we took a lot of unders for her. By and large, she had 20 points at home, but only averaging 17 points on the road. The rebound comes down a little bit. The assist was pretty much the same there, but the turnovers were hellacious on the road last year. So I don't mind it. I think there's definitely some concern for, like I said, the turnovers, but the assists and the RA can kind of make up for that. So really, I think the turnovers itself, and then how many threes can she land, will really kind of be the determining factor there. But bro, she's a little expensive. I think 47 fantasy, if this thing will work.
Everyone wants to go over Caitlin. It's Caitlin. So she's probably going to be a little high all the time.
Yeah, 47 fantasy is definitely getting up there. We're talking Asia Wilson, level high fantasy lines here. So I get it. Hey, she's been pretty insane so far to start the season, but man, that's a tough ask there.
Okay. Dirty Reg says, I like the PRA. He's talking about Briana Jones. He likes the PRA look on her. I don't think she quite gets 15 points alone. I'm playing it under, but it does scare me a bit to do that. I might flip to PRA over, banking on the rebounds and assists. So he liked the under points for a minute. And now he's heard what you had to say and might roll with you with the PRA. Okay.
I don't think that, if you already have exposure to the points, I don't think that's a bad hedge bet, honestly, because if she goes over the points, she's almost surely getting that PRA. And then if she stays under the points, there's a total world she could have, 14 points and then 8 boards, 3 assists or something like that. Something just to get over the PRA line.
E2 says, Alicia Gray first half fantasy has been a green bean so far.
Yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. It opened at 15.5 last night, I believe. Yeah, she opened at 15.5 yesterday, and I had a lot of interest in it, to be honest. The playmaking, and something we'll talk about here in a minute for one of the other plays, but the playmaking been phenomenal. She's been the point guard basically for the team since Canada left. The steals have definitely been there. I think the blocks may be a little bit fluky, but the RA upside definitely solid. The only thing about her, I will say historically for her, she always does it in the first half and then disappears in the second half. We've seen it countless times already this season or from last season, and really in both of the games so far this season, she did the exact same thing. So I don't mind it. For her, putting your eggs in the basket in the first half, I think is definitely the best bet. It is bumped now, so, do keep that in mind. But if you got the 15.5, I don't mind that.
DJ Two Trails says, I like Big Breeze PR or fantasy. You like that as well?
Yeah, I didn't mind it last night. I think they bumped Bree up once already today.
He says he likes her rebounds at 8.5 also. He got it yesterday at 8.5.
Yeah, we talked about that last slate. Yeah, for a straight bet, I definitely did not mind that at all. The fantasy, it is bumped up now, so do keep that in mind. I don't mind it necessarily. We need a couple blocks and steals, I think, to really get over that, but it's still pretty low for her. Do keep in mind, it's almost 10 points higher than the PRA. See, I called it. I told you I was moving again.
It moved, yeah. Big Bree.
I told you.
People on Big Bree. Let's see if she can do it. Like I said, let's see if she can do it 3 times in a row. She might be having a season. CJ says Sabrina PA or 3 points made. Ooh, Sabrina. Now, talk about somebody inconsistent, right? I guess she only played one. They've only played one game, right? Okay, yeah. She wasn't doing too hot. But I will say I was watching the game and I remember, I think the announcers brought it to my attention too. When she just is cold, she used to just be fucking in her head like Ben Simmons. But she was cold and she stayed strong and they still whooped their ass. So I think that when a player wins a championship like that, win the finals like that, they come back. It doesn't matter. She's playing loose. She's good. She's good to go. But we'll see what she does. She was just off last game. Look at Bree. 17.
Yeah,
that's high.
That's gonna happen. Yeah, that's super high. I think now with the bumps, I'd probably even consider pivoting to this first half line at 12.5. Because 13 will get you the win here, but if you double that 26, you're only getting the push for the full game. Yeah, just be careful. She's bumped a couple of times, so to each their own. We loved it at 24.5. The fantasy, I think it bumped 1.5 already today. So if you locked it in earlier, I get it. Now I'd probably kind of shy away, maybe shop around a little bit more.
Okay. Any Sabrina thoughts?
So Sabrina is actually kind of, I think, maybe the sleeper play of the day. Well, no, I had two sleeper plays of the day. One of them, strong consideration for Sabrina. I will say for her, historically, she has cooked Chicago. She had 28, 21, 24, 19 on them. Played 34 plus minutes in all 4 games last year. Assuming the games are going to be close, I think we see Sabrina take a bit of a step forward here. Like I said, last game was just pathetic. She shot 3 of 12, 0 of 5 from 3. I know she had that off-season surgery and she was playing through it a little bit with Unrivaled and it kind of looked like a mess, but preseason game, she looked phenomenal. I had a lot of hope for her. I know she disappointed us because we took her this game one and she crapped the bed on us. I'm looking for closer, honestly, to about that 15, 16 field goal attempt range and some three-pointers. So pencil me down for at least 2 threes today.
Nice. Sabrina Day.
The only thing, yeah, man, the only thing for her is, again, the blowout concern, just kind of being in the, in the rafters, but I like it. I definitely like it. She might be one of the secret loves of the day, but I get it, man. I get it. Secret loves.
CJ says, I took CC under yesterday. She burned me, LOL. Yeah, don't be taking CC unders now, guys. I know it looks high, but it's CC. Robert says, I like CC to score tonight. I'm over 22.5. I'm playing it. Let's get it. He said, fuck it. I'm going for it. Ooh. I like that. He said, fuck it, bro. It's a CC we're talking about. CC's getting MVP this year. Write it down. K Frost says, what the heck? Because I can't say that F word. Alicia Gray was plus money to make 3 threes earlier, and now it's heavily juiced to go over. Yeah, Atlanta's been shooting threes like crazy, right? Alicia Gray hasn't really been known to shoot threes, but she's going crazy now. And I said, and I crossed over that WTF, and I didn't say that word. How do you feel about that? Is that like a good thing, or should I cuss?
No. Hey, say how you feel.
Well, the intro says fuck already, so I might as well say it again. Fuck. Okay. What the fuck? Alicia Gray was plus money, and now she's heavily juiced to go over. Yeah, people are noticing that Atlanta's starting to just launch threes. I think is what it is. What you got there, E? You got assists? You got Griner? You got Howard? Ooh, Howard rebounds.
I forgot I had all these just written down for the queue earlier. Just, I mean, looking at, decent value.
We didn't talk about Cloud today. You don't have any faith in her, or she had a crazy. Oh, okay, you didn't get to that.
Yeah, we'll talk about it here.
Saving it. Oh, sneaky guy. Oh shit, Danzy's here. E? Danzy's here.
Yo, what's up, man? Been a minute.
He said, "Hey, everyone in chat. E underrated. Been a minute, fellas. Yeah, it has." Discord still active? Question mark. What kind of question is that, Dancy? Discord still active. Shit. I'm just getting back into the grind. Baby. He said, I want to come back to the court. Hope all is well. I got Boston and Brittney Jones over PR today. Everyone's on Boston and Brittney Jones, and I'm happy about that, too. I like Boston. Brittney Jones got to show me one more time before I'm on the bandwagon, but that's just me. Danzy, come on into the Discord, bro. $19.95 for your rest of your life if you get it this week. Starting next week, $29.95. Just saying. Just trying to save you a little bit of money there, guy. Evan Sherman says Natasha Howard points. And actually, wait, he said, I guess you know how Danzy is. It wasn't a question. He's telling us what's the play. So Boston and Brittney Jones over PR, and you're with that. We talked about that already. So you're good.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So Evan Sherman says Natasha Howard points. Wow. Very inconsistent Natasha Howard. What do you think?
Yeah, so she was actually, I believe, plus money to go under her points today. That first game, I think, was a large product of a couple of coincidences, or not even coincidences, just a couple key factors there. I'm like 90% sure she's plus money. Yeah, she's heavily favored for this to go back down. I think they will move it to 11.5 if I'm being totally honest here. So let's dissect this game because we actually had a little bit of a breakdown, and we can use this as a segue to talk about this as well.
All right.
So looking at the first game for New York was just a hot mess, honestly. I know it was a very difficult matchup, but the biggest thing about Cloud, and we'll just talk about the assist here, kind of roll into it. But so Cloud was rocking a 41% assist rating. She still ended with nine assists against the Aces. And that was still coming off of a really pathetic outing from Sabrina, who, I mentioned shot 3 of 12 and then no 3-pointers from her. But we also had Phoebich. She was back for her first game being overseas, and she only took 3 field goal attempts. So we basically just had a hodgepodge of 2 players who, Sabrina completely stopped shooting in the second half. I think she had 3 or 4 field goal attempts I'm gonna double check that real fast. But I remember she did absolutely nothing in the second half, and Phoebich obviously did nothing either. So somebody had to pick up the usage. Again, with Laney not being with the team, that ended up being Cloud. I do not think she's going to shoot the ball 17 times. I'm telling you that right now. This is not a normal thing at all for her. She has these flash in the pans where, the team is in kind of desperation mode and she really has to take over and do her thing. Can she do it? Sure. Is this the game they need her to do it? That I think is really the bigger question here. But you look at who was shooting the ball for this team. What the hell is this? This is not the New York Liberty that we know. Stewart shooting the ball 14 times is honestly kind of an anomaly itself. But JJ, she did her normal thing. Kennedy Burke off the bench, who I think is a great addition. He brought the scoring, but you have Johannes on the bench, Sably, even Rebecca Gardner, who's not getting any play time, and Izzy Harrison, who's a phenomenal stretch big. None of these players are getting any minutes yet. But stick to the core players. I think we pencil Phoebich down for closer to 5-6 field goal attempts this game. Briana still in that 13 to 15 range. Jones about the same. But the biggest flip-flop I think we're going to see here is Sabrina closer to that 15, maybe 16 field goal attempts range. Cloud, I think right now with this current look, we could still look for about maybe 11 to 13 field goal attempts. I don't think she's doing 17 again. Honestly, I'll be shocked if she even shot the ball 15 times. Mm-hmm. But this is a totally different environment, and she was still quite pass first, shoot second. It was just the second half. She just was not doing that. So looking the first half here, pretty split between the two, and then Cloud still had the overall usage, but second half with Sabrina, she just completely fell off the map. Holy shit, 18% usage rating. That's so bad. Yeah, completely under all the starters, 2 different backups. So she, I think, got a little gun shy there, and it really affected the game down the stretch. But if we even those out a little bit more, as long as Cloud can either get to the free throw line or a couple of, just walk-ups to the basket, I don't mind it. I just feel like this isn't the game that she necessarily has to do that. And New York's looking for a better, just overall performance from their offense too, I think. So I don't mind it. I don't hate it. You could probably get it 11.5 if you wait a minute, but that's on you. However you're feeling.
Alrighty. Did you talk about Natasha Howard points?
Yeah. So Howard's not bad. The only problem I have about her is just her minutes, kind of mostly right now. She hasn't cracked 30 minutes yet. She played 29 in both the games so far. And even this last game, I know she got into a bit of first quarter foul trouble. It really didn't affect her normal rotation. So maybe they're kind of, sandbagging her minutes a little bit. Between her and Bonner, though, it's kind of been a mess in that front court, if I'm being totally honest. I don't know if this is, whatever fatigue, season out of shape stuff, yada, yada going on. It's not an easy matchup at all. And the fact that she's not shooting 3-pointers, I think, is a biggest scare for me. You look at last year, she at least was taking multiple threes a game and hasn't taken any so far. That's a bit concerning. Griner, that's a big person to try and shoot over. So, if she's not getting fancy with that mid range, it might be a wrap for that.
Okie doke. CJ says Sabrina plays better on the road, Loki.
She does. Yeah, another player who has home road splits that favor that. I think it was either 2 or 3 point difference last year. About 1.5 points. So still averaging, almost 17 points a game. You would expect some kind of regression or positive regression here.
Natasha Cloud.
We got to finish.
Huh?
Yeah. Talking about Cloud assist, right?
There you go. Segue.
Yeah, back to this. We were talking about Cloud already. The 41% usage rating, I think that's actually quite low for her. Normally she's rocking pretty close to a 50%. Whenever the players are actually making their shot, I think we see this come up a lot more. Today could definitely be that day. I got a lot of hopes for her. I took the 5.5 assists, and I will say I also think if you're looking on Prizepicks here, she's at 6.5 assists right now, which I still like, and I also have it in a straight bet. Not an official play, just for the blowout concern, but the 6.5 assists, I think, is very live to see a bump. Oh, see, Prizepicks being sneaky. I see what they're doing. They took down the popular tab. That way you can't see all oh, there it is. There it is. Look at this in real time. God, I'm like from the future. So I say that because I think this is going to bump. There's a real good chance she actually goes to 7. I'm kind of surprised that they haven't already. If we're keeping it a buck here, because she's been. Oh, okay. Well, that's weird. She was minus 130 to almost 135 across every site, and now she's even money. That's a little weird. A little weird.
Fishy.
I like it a little. I still like it. I mean, screw the line movement, whatever. I still like it. The assist rating, I'm looking closer to about 50% this game. So, yeah, sign me up for it. 5.5, though, if you can get it, looked way better. And then the other 2 plays here, we'll just kind of yammer on real fast about. Aliyah Gray, I'd mentioned not only between the transition plays off of steals, but she's the primary playmaker for the team. Canada went down. We saw it immediately. She brings the ball up a large majority of the time. But the biggest thing for her that I love is we're already pretty high on Briana Jones and Griner. And if you look at the first 2 games, her connection in the pick and roll game between Briana Jones specifically, but also Griner secondary, and then the kickouts to Ryan Howard for the 3-point attempts. Those look phenomenal. And the pick and roll game leading to a lot of high conversion assist rating. So the 3.5, I like it a lot. I totally see her getting 4, no problem. She's had 6 and 7 or 6 and 9, something like that. 6 to 9. Yeah, 6 and 7. The playmaking is definitely there, and getting such a sweet pace up spot from Indiana on the other side, I like it a lot. Oh, also one thing to note, which we'll talk about a play here in just a minute too, but both these teams have put up 90 points in both of their opening games so far this season. So I like that a lot. This should be an unreal track meet again. Maybe not 90 points necessarily on both sides, but definitely in that mid 80 range. And then lastly here for Kelsey Mitchell, wanted to still get some our exposure spread around for these 2 different teams here. Kelsey Mitchell did not see Ryan Howard, but maybe like a handful of times the entire game. They covered her with Aliyah Gray for the most part, but the switch off on Pow Pow was there a lot of the times. And then whenever she comes back in while Atlanta had the bench unit on the floor, she was being guarded by Kimbra Walker and getting absolutely roasted. I mean, they could not stop her in the mid-range game. The additional trips to the free throw line, I like a lot. And another thing I really like about her too is she's not shooting nearly as many 3-point attempts as she did last year. She's taken a lot of really good looks. She's their main slasher, so we're getting a lot of cuts to the basket. And in this environment, I still think unless they're going to make any kind of assignment adjustments, I'm expecting Ryan to stick on Caitlin Clark, and then we're going to get the same matchup for Kelsey Mitchell here. Yeah. You still with me? You step away for a second? You probably did.
No, I didn't. I did a fucking amateur move and hit mute. Yay! And I was talking and you couldn't hear me. Anyways, 3 times says good evening, everyone. Happy Thursday. What is your favorite bet?
Yo. Well, most of the bets, or the favorite bets, were in the Discord last night, but we were pretty high on Briana Jones, PRA, Boston PR, Griner points, and what else we have? Oh, this little trio, and I mentioned something else earlier. I can't think of. What were we looking at? Oh, we were talking about Sabrina here as well. If you have Hot Streak, this 14.5 is insane value.
Nice. I'm putting that in right now. Okay, cool. What do you think about Natasha Howard rebounds?
I like it. The rebound rating wasn't, anything too crazy. I believe it was in the mid to high 20s. I'll tell you here in just a second.
And CJ says Sabrina's going off today.
Oh, I can see it, man. I don't doubt it.
Yeah, I like that. It makes sense.
Hey, chill. Leon over there with the lickety lickins. Little man driving me crazy. Yeah, so Howard, she still had a 33% rebound rating, which I think is totally fine. I mean, look at the other players. It's from the starters, really. Boston obviously leading the team there. Bonner, I think, is the biggest question mark. I don't know what is going on with her right now. She's just an absolute liability for the team, but she is cutting into the rebounding just a little bit. So do keep that in mind. If her minutes continue to rise, we will see that kind of trickle effect really take a hit for Howard and maybe in some degree Boston as well. But that's the big de facto here. Like, when does that switch flip where we see Bonner play some meaningful minutes?
You like my new soundbite for Bonner? That means that was like, did you hear that one? We usually use this one, but it's a good new one. Nathan says favorite 3 plays. Favorite 3?
Favorite 3, probably. I mean, Griner, Bree Jones, Griner points, Bree Jones PRA, and then the Boston PR.
Yes.
There's one other one.
Boston.
And some split combination between. Honestly, I'll probably even just run a game stack for Sabrina scoring and then Cloud assists. Oh, let's see. Is she going to 7.5? Let's check it out.
You
or
see
is
how
it going to
silly,
be even money?
You see how silly it was last game when they had Boston's second half points at 6.5? That was pretty nice.
Yeah, she hadn't done anything yet.
Yeah, she ended with 18. Oh, I love it.
Okay, so maybe Cloud actually will go up to 7. We'll see. It looks like they're not really sure exactly what to do with her. They graded out for a second, but brought it right back. Yeah, I like the playmaking for Cloud especially. I think you can consider the PA, but the points look like they are going to move back down to 11.5. So maybe we get PA at 18.5. That would be nice. Yeah, a lot of action from the Atlanta game, though. You can build a lot of different game stacks with, especially how much of a high-scoring game this possibly could be. There's been plenty of chance for all of them to get there. I mean, we essentially saw that last game. Like, literally everyone cleared their lines. So I wouldn't rule it out, man. Get plenty of exposure to this game and spread it out across the different sites.
Grim Takeover TV says Jonquel PR. We talked about Jonquel PR. You like that? Right?
Yeah, I like it. Only thing is just a blowout concern. Okay. The rebounds look like it should be at 8.5. I mean, honestly, her and Briana Jones her and Stewie should be at 8.5 rebounds. I know Stewie is, but 9.5 is a little steep. You might be able to find this at 23.5 on the books, but if you got Hot Streak, they have it at a nice, 22.5 we found earlier? Yeah, 22.5.
Smacker. CJ says, what kind of dog do you have, bro?
I got 2 little lab pit bulls. Well, I say little, but yeah, lab pit bulls.
So when you hear this bark, here, there's 2 different ones. Which one would Leon be?
They would both be the first one.
Oh, there's no little sissy Lala. Okay.
Nah. My Alice is like the fucking gayest dog I've ever had, and I say that, and I mean literally. Like, she does not like male dogs. She's only liked female dogs her whole life. Never liked a male dog except for Leon. And yeah, she barks like a male dog. She yips like a male dog. I love her to death, though. She's my sweet little nubby.
I didn't know that male and female dogs bark differently. I thought they had the same sounding. Do they not? I don't know.
There's a different pitch.
Oh, I've only had female dogs, so I'm like, I don't want a dick running around. I don't like it. That's just me, though. They have literally never tried to hump each other before. Like, it's the craziest thing. Like, true brother-sister love. Oh, that's cool, though. Nathan says, any reads for NBA? I think this is going to be a tough defensive series.
I mean,
Nathan, get that NBA talk out of here. Just joking.
Big Randall, man. This dude's just been an absolute monster in the postseason. Like, they have slowly crept his points up every single game, but he is killing the PR, the PA. I mean, any one of those. But straight up scoring, I mean, this dude is just almost unstoppable right now.
Nice. He's resurgence, huh? Old Randall. He's finally getting excited again, it seems like. Good for him. CJ says Bonner's on the ban list until further notice. Bonner has been doing fucking nothing. And he also says
she's so bad.
Yeah. Maybe she can't handle being away from AT. You think? It's kind of weird.
Well, I mean, I just don't think that they necessarily need her right now. Like, they're trying to keep her fresh for later on in the season. I mean, she is truly brought in for the team for the vet experience. So she's not, they're just not asking for her to play big minutes right now. And I mean, you would have thought at least the last game with Sophie Cunningham being out, who is her direct backup, her being out, that she would play some kind of increased minutes, or at least, to match minutes with Ryan Howard on the other side. But that never happened. So, I mean, Coach White is pretty content with just playing her, 20 minutes a game or whatever. Mm-hmm. I think we will see that switch flip. So keep in mind when that happens, she played 26 minutes in a blowout. Like, that's so random, but only 16 minutes in a competitive game. I don't know. She'll play some meaningful minutes here soon.
Who's playing for her right now? Like, who do they put on the bench when she comes in?
It was Sophie, but last game she kind of went to a couple different big setup.
Oh, Sophie. CJ says Pacers Knicks going to game 7. Yeah, could see that.
Think so.
Nathan says any alt for Bree Jones, PRA or boards? You like her PRA for sure. Like
the PRA too, for sure.
Yeah.
If you can get the 6.5 rebounds, man, I'm kicking myself for not getting that posted fast enough yesterday. If you can find this at somewhat reasonable odds, I like that. I will say the books are offering a lot of 5+ rebound lines for her, 10+ points. Shout out to Big Jom, who was posting them in the Discord earlier. There, I think you could do like that with, Boston scored 10 points or something like that for easy payout.
Adam Westbury. What's up? He says Alicia Gray 3-point made. He's going to ladder it. He said, fuck it. He thinks Alicia's going to keep shooting the threes. Okay. What do you think about that?
Yeah. I mean, maybe not 10 times a game, but somewhere easily in the 8+ range. I mean, for sure. The whole team is shooting threes, and that's something, they're really making an adaptation for this year. Pick and roll game on the inside, and then everyone is available for a kick out.
Hey, guess what? We're at 40.
With that. 40? Oh my goodness.
We got the good luck today, guys. 40 likes.
Yeah, we're going to have to get out of here in just a minute, though. I got some stuff to take care of real quick before the games kick off, and I think tip-off is in just shy of an hour now.
Okay. Let's get to it. Last thing, do you like Gray and Ryan Howard 15 as an alt line? And CJ says he has girl dogs only too because he doesn't like dicks running around either. I totally feel you.
Yeah, I would play them independently. I wouldn't necessarily play them together. If you're going to play something team stack, maybe not the same positional. You could go like Gray and Bree Jones and Howard and Griner or something like that. Right. I do like them. I think everybody on this team is live to score 15 points except Pow Pow.
Poor Pow Pow. Adam says, I'm late. What were the 3 best bets? And then we'll get out of here, E. And then CJ says, did you mention Kelsey Mitchell? She's been taken over when they're on the road. And then we can go.
Yeah. Kelsey Mitchell scoring, Boston PR, Briana Jones PRA, Griner scoring. And then we had Cloud assist, and I think there was one other play. Well, if you missed it, at least hop in the Discord, or you can rewind the video real fast whenever we hop off and catch it. We talked about them at least in the intro part, so it'll be in I think the first 10, 15 minutes of the video, something like that.
Okay.
Real fast though, I will say, very interested in this hedge bet. Bovada had it available earlier today. I mentioned earlier, so far, both teams have put up 90 points in their first 2 games of the season. The pace for Indiana makes total sense for that, but this is an easy hedge bet here, or, I'm going to say easy, but a comfortable feeling click. The 2 different options were Atlanta Dream and then team points over, or Indiana Fever winning, and then the game total points over. So both of these, I mean, you can have hedge bet situation here. I'm feeling pretty confident. We're looking closer to that 170 range at least as far as total points. I'm putting a unit on this, so if you guys want to tail, that's up to y'all. But we got this posted up in the Discord. And then last but not least here, real fast, they added first quarter props today for the WNBA. And there was two that really stood out for me. One of them was, did they take it? No way. Okay, they pulled one of them. But the first half play, we got Vandersloot playing against her old team, and she's at 3.5 points first half. I know it's an odd click, but if you look so far in the preseason games and in the first game that she played, she had, in the first half now, mind you, she had 7 field goal attempts, 6 field goal attempts, and 4 field goal attempts. 3.5 points, I mean, it's literally 2 buckets. She's a mid-range shooter. She can shoot the 3, but maybe strictly a narrative play, but I like what I saw in the first half at least. 3.5 points, really, really low sweat.
Okay. And on that note, we are at 40 likes, so we're going to have some good luck today. Appreciate you guys.
Hell yeah. All right, y'all. Well, we're going to wrap on that one. Again, if you guys haven't already, make sure to check out the Discord. Links down below. We'll see you guys in there. I'm going to head out, so I'll probably be back in like maybe 20-30 minutes, and then we'll lock in and get ready for this game. So we appreciate you guys, as always, hanging out with us during the afternoon. Make sure you guys are around tonight. We will have that later stream, yeah?
Yes, sir. 10 o'clock?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Good luck tonight. Let's see some green, and we'll catch y'all back here this evening. Peace.